What's actually good, YouTube? It is your main man, the ItzKasuna here with a guide video, and in today's video, I am going to be showing you some things you can do to optimize your FPS in Fortnite. Without any further ado, let's begin. So the first thing you're going to want to do is download the pack file that I left in the description below. It has everything you need in it already. So the first major thing we'll be doing here actually is debloating our graphics drivers. This is important because your graphics drivers tend to have a bunch of small little programs running in the background that you don't need. For instance, let me show you here. If I open my task manager and slide that over to this screen, you'll see a bunch of NVIDIA containers. Now, my graphics drivers are already debloated, but if they weren't, you'd see a lot more. Also, make sure you're following the steps in the exact order, because if you do these out of order, you're going to have issues, and you'll see why later in the video. Without any further ado, let's get into it. So in the pack file, you'll have a guide file right here. What you want to do is you want to double click on it and it'll have a link to copy and paste. Just take this link right here, Control C, or you could just right click and click copy, open up your browser, whichever browser you prefer to use, and go ahead and paste that link. When you're at this website, what you want to do is you want to scroll down until you find this here. You click this link, and it takes you to a page to download NV Clean Install. What you want to do is you want to download it. And then you select the server that you want to download it from. It doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to save this to the desktop. When you're done, you can click out of your browser. And you can click out of the file. You'll have your installer right here. The next step you want to do is actually just double click on this. It'll automatically run as administrator, and so you'll be fine. And what this does is this is an easier method to debloat your graphics drivers. And the reason why this is important is because you don't want any of your graphics driver processes running in the background, taking up CPU, taking up RAM. It's a lot easier to just get rid of those processes, if you know what I mean, rather than just force closing them every time. So when you're here, what you want to do is you want to click yes. Well, click next. Here you have a bunch of options to choose from. It's automatically going to select the display driver because that's required. Personally, I suggest unchecking everything here and just checking PhysX and then clicking next. And it'll copy all the installer files, and so we'll just wait for that to do that. Once it's done copying all your installer files, you'll have a set of checklists. Right here, I suggest clicking disable installer telemetry and advertising. Check perform a clean installation. Control panel is fairly important, and the rest you can leave unchecked. And you click next. And then right here, it will run a PowerShell, and it will say your customized installer is ready. I've already debloated my graphics drivers, as I said before. So when you reach this step, you just click install, and it'll install. After you're done debloating your graphics drivers, the next step you want to do here is actually optimize your graphics driver settings. Usually, if you've done this already, you'll have to do it again because you've just done a clean installation of your graphics drivers. And so to do that here, I actually have a bit of a guide in my FPS pack here, and here I have a folder done by Adam X. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. But what you want to do is click on this folder, and it has 3 folders here, one for AMD, one for Intel, one for NVIDIA. I personally use a NVIDIA graphics card, so you want to go in this folder and you want to click unhide silk smooth, click yes again, and click OK. And then right here, it will have a image file. And this image file will come with all the optimized settings for your for your display drivers. To do this, you actually want to go to your desktop, right click on your desktop, click on the control panel, and wait for that to open up. Once that's open, you want to go into Manage 3D Settings, and you go through all these options and make sure they are the same as mine. It doesn't matter if you follow the guide from the image or from mine. Whatever works best for your computer. Once you're done here, you want to click X, click out of all of this, and we move on to the next step. Once you're done optimizing your graphics settings, there will be another file inside of my pack called Optimize All Windows Settings. Now, this file is optional to use because it will disable a lot of functions that are built into Windows, and some people may not want it. If you do want to use this, I suggest creating a restore point of your computer just in case you want to go back. However, again, this step is optional. I'm personally not going to do it because I have personalized settings on this computer, and this step won't really boost your performance drastically, but it will help with debloating your Windows. Again, here as we reach the end, we reach another optional step. In my folder, again, there will be a disable Windows Defender and enable Windows Defender folder here. And if you want to disable, I actually suggest disabling Windows Defender, and you can always re-enable it if you want it back. Because I personally use a software called Malwarebytes on my computer. It is much better, and you can always close it at any time. So if you want to disable Windows Defender, you go in this folder, and for the disable Windows Defender, you drag it down to Power Run. Well, actually, you'll have to extract all of this. So let me go ahead and extract this here. Then you drag this down to Power Run. You click yes. Click yes. And you click OK. And then you're done here. As we reach our final step here, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe as it helps the channel out a lot. For our final step here, we'll actually be creating a custom launcher for Fortnite. As you see here, I actually have a custom launcher for the game. And so in my folder, you can actually go in here and you will have a CPU method folder. This folder was actually created by Vanity. Shout out to him. I'll be leaving a link to his channel in the description below. What you want to do is you want to extract this folder to the desktop. I'm just going to click replace files just for the easiness of it. And you want to click on the folder. Click on CPU Gen, and in this folder you will have a list of CPU models. So based on this here, I would just say have this open because here you have another file called CPU Gen copy. Here you actually have a exact replica of the list here, but here this is based on the CPU you have. So what we're going to be doing here is actually copying and pasting values from here to a personalized link. So let me minimize both of these actually so I can show you what I'm talking about. The third file here actually is the link. This is the link we'll be customizing. And so when you're done, you can close out of this folder and you can open these back up. So what you want to do is you want to look at this picture here and copy and paste the argument based on your CPU. So if you have an i5 8th or 9th gen, you copy and paste the first value, i7 up to 7th gen, you copy the second value, i7, 8th gen, copy the third value, so on and so forth. If you don't see any of your CPUs listed here, it means that your CPU is outdated or too old for this step. So don't worry about this step. You're probably not going to be able to take advantage of this step here. But if you do see your CPU here, what you want to do is look here. Personally, I have an i5 9th gen on my computer, so I'll be copying the first one. So what you do here is you copy and paste whatever link applies to your computer. You close out of these. And then here, you'll see a giant link. Let me actually expand this. You want to come to this section here where you see the %22 and then a bunch of numbers. You want to skip over 22 and then highlight all the way up to the next %. Click Control V. And then again, we'll be modifying another part here. Right here where it says %22C %22. You want to actually replace the C with whatever drive. Personally, I will leave it where the way it is because that's where my Fortnite is installed. You want to replace it with the drive that your Fortnite is installed to. And so if it's the D drive, E drive, you just replace the C with the letter of the drive that you have Fortnite installed to. Once you're done with that, you want to take this link, copy it, and then minimize this. Go into your browser, paste the link, and then here you'll actually have another personalized link. Take this personalized shortcut, Control C, minimize Chrome, and then you want to go to your desktop, right click, and then go all the way down to where it says shortcut, click on that, and paste this personalized link that you just got. Click next. You can name this anything you want. Personally, I will name it FPS, but I see a lot of people name theirs Fortnite, like mine right here is named Fortnite. And then if you want to customize, you now have create. Okay, let me slow down. So now you've actually created your custom launcher. If you want to customize your icon for the launcher, I know I'll basically, you want to download an icon file because I customized the icon for mine because I didn't like it having that icon. So I'm just going to show you how to customize the icon here as like a bit of an extra step. So here you go here. And then you change icon and you browse for wherever icon you have. My icon is here. I have the icon here. Click OK, click apply, click OK, and you have your custom launcher. Now, whenever you click on this custom launcher, it'll run your game using all your CPU threads, and your game will actually get a lot more frames. Big shout outs to Vanity and Adam X for helping me out with this guide. They didn't directly help me, however, a lot of the stuff I saw in their guides did help me create mine. But there was some stuff that was left out of theirs that I felt should be used for my guide, and it could overall help a lot of people. I actually was able to get a good 60 FPS boost total out of doing all of these steps combined. So again, I do suggest you follow most of these steps from this video because again, it will help you out a big deal if you're having problems with your frames. If this video helped you out or if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below if the video helped you or not. And again, I'll be trying to upload more consistently. I'm kind of new to this YouTube shit. I've never taken it seriously, so I'm just gonna put that out there. But without any further ado, guys, peace out, and you guys all have a good one.